Thanksgiving, right? A couple weeks.
That's
So
that's not a Jewish holiday.
it is because I passed out a prayer. It's a very, 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 very famous prayer. As a matter of fact, if you were to go to services every morning, because we have 3 services a day, right? We have morning service, shacharit. We have afternoon services, mincha, and then ma'ariv services. If you're going to follow, the traditional Jewish services. And on Shabbat, of course, we have tonight Kabbalah and Shabbat, and tomorrow morning Shabbat. So one of the first prayers that you do every morning is this prayer. It says, at the top it says, gender of speaker, Hebrew, transliteration, English. Look at the English. I give thanks. So thankfulness is an integral part of the Jewish morning service. The first thing you're supposed to do when you get up, you're supposed to say this prayer. So I'll read it in Hebrew. Do you see in the middle where it has transliteration? Mm-hmm. And then also has the Hebrew. Now, Hebrew is very, very, very gendered. So if you're a male or female, the verb changes. Not that much sometimes. But if you're male, it's ani, I, modeh. If you're female, which is most of you, not everyone, it's ani moda. Modeh, moda. Modeh, moda. Okay? So modeh ani lefanecha. I give thanks before you. Melech, you might know the word melech, right? Melech, king. Chai, king of life or a living king. Vekayem. Shehech hazarti bi nishmati. You've returned my soul to me. Bechemla, with compassion. And this last line is so powerful to me. I misunderstood it most of my life when I was growing up. But it's Rabba emunatecha. So do you see in that last word, emunatecha, if you know any Hebrew, a little bit Hebrew letters, you see the aleph, the first letter, and then the mem, and then there's a nun, amen. You know the English word amen, right? Mm-hmm. Amen. This is the Hebrew form of it. Your faithfulness. So here's what I never understood. I always thought that it was our faithfulness. We were supposed to be faithful to God. But that's not the Jewish idea. God is faithful to us. And this is what it's saying, right? Modeh ani lefanecha. I give thanks for you, right? Because you are the living king. You returned within me my soul with compassion. We wake up in the morning, right? So the soul is we're alive. And it is your abundant faithfulness. Not mine, but yours. When I get really discouraged sometimes, do you ever get discouraged or is it just me?
Oh gosh.
Like if you watch the news, Diane asked me how I was and I said, I'm fine except for all the crazy things going on everywhere in the world. If take that out, I'm fine. But it really doesn't depend on our faithfulness because our faithfulness isn't going to be sufficient. It's on God's faithfulness. I find that really, really beautiful. It ties right in to Yom Kippur, where we talk about the faith we have of those that sleep in the dust. It wasn't their faithfulness, it's God's faithfulness, that life is eternal. I think it's really beautiful. Very, very, very beautiful. So if you, any of you grow up going to services in the morning or anything? So I'm not a very good singer, but I'll try to sing it too. This is how it goes. Modeh ani lefanecha melech chai vekayam shehechazarta bi nishmati bechemla chemla. Then you repeat the last word. Rabba emunatecha. Then repeats it. Rabba emunatecha. Imagine several hundred people in the morning singing that. It's really, really quite beautiful. So I wanted to tell you that Thanksgiving is indeed a Jewish holiday.
Oh, okay.
But sometimes it's my favorite because you don't have to go to the synagogue. There are no special prayers. You just get to stay home with your family and eat. Isn't that a beautiful holiday, right? Beautiful holiday. Okay, so I also wanted to give you a little taste of, the other handout is Return Again. So, are any of you familiar with the Hasidic movement? So in around 18th century Eastern Europe, there arose a group of people. Have you heard of the Baal Shem Tov? So Baal means the owner, Shem is of and name, and Tov is good, the owner of a good name. He wanted to be the person who had a good name. And this group was reacting against like the Talmudic scholars who were spent all of their days, with the books open, studying Jewish law, arguing. They're like, okay, enough of that. We want to go into the woods and we want to worship God. That's the genesis of the Hasidic movement. Have you heard of Chabad here today?
Yes.
Well, Chabad is the modern day development of the Hasidic movement. If you want to go to have a service and have fun with dancing and all kinds of singing, then you need to go to Chabad, right? They're very, very fun. But Shlomo Carlebach, have you heard of him? Shlomo Carlebach, he passed away. Have you heard of him, Shlomo Carlebach? He passed away maybe 8 or 9 years ago. And he, if you ever want something really beautiful and to your soul, go to YouTube and just Google him on YouTube, Shlomo Carlebach, S-H-L-M-O, Carlebach, C-A-R-L-E-B-A-C-H. He sings and talks and tells stories. And this is one of his songs that are really, really beautiful. That in Lima, this was our theme for the high holidays. We started every service with it, and we ended every service with it. And it's actually an interpretation, or a translation, of the last verse in the Book of Lamentations. So the Book of Lamentations, anybody know what that book is about? It's at a very difficult time in Jewish history. The temple has just been destroyed, and they're lamenting. The very first verse it's so horrible. It's, the walls are desolate, and Jerusalem is weeping, and our children are starving. It's a very, very, very difficult time. And it ends with this amazing verse that it's going to be okay. We're going to return again, and we will be okay. And I thought this was a very powerful message for me, at least, to think about times in history that were very, very difficult. I don't want to compare today with the Book of Lamentations, but there's a lot to lament about, don't you think?
Yes.
I think there's so many horrible things. I mean, I guess I can say that. Hi, come on.
Just getting a count.
Oh, okay. Okay, come in.
Oh.
Anyway, it's a really beautiful song, and this one I'll try to sing it once through, and then try to sing with me. It's very easy. Here are the words. But return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are born and reborn again. And he goes, return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are born and reborn again. That is the essence of the high holiday experience, right? From Rosh Hashanah to Yom Kippur to Sukkot. And that period of time takes one moon, right? Rosh Hashanah is the first day of the year, a new moon. Yom Kippur, right, is how many days later? Yes, so it's like half moon, and Sukkot is the full moon. It's one journey, right, of the moon. And the moon, we know it will wax, it will wane, it will return again. And just as we know that the Jewish people in the Book of Lamentations, they thought it was the end, it wasn't the end, right? We returned again, and I really believe we'll return again. As a country, as a people, I hope that, I don't know where the moon is. I don't know if it's waxing or waning, but I believe it's going to return again. So that's my little message for Shabbat, because I can get so discouraged if I don't hold on to these things. So let's begin on page 1 with the beautiful Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. How good and how beautiful, how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to dwell together in unity. So sing with me. Hine ma tovu manayim, Shevet Achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim, Shevet Achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, Shevet Achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, Shevet Achim gam yachad. Oh, you guys sound great tonight. So, do you know the story of the talking donkey? So, there is a king, and he hires a prophet. And he tells the prophet to go over to the people of Israel, and what's the prophet supposed to do? Supposed to curse the people of Israel. So, he's on the donkey, and the donkey tries 3 times to stop and turn around. And the donkey sees an angel with a big fiery sword saying, "Don't go any farther, don't go any farther." And the donkey is smarter than the false prophet, right? Because the false prophet keeps beating the donkey, and eventually they go. He opens his mouth to say the curse, and these are the words that come out. So it's really beautiful, right? But how many times in our life have cursings turned into blessings? Something you thought was really bad ended up being good for you. Has it ever happened to you? I think it's happened to me. Yeah. So.
We used to call those blessings in disguise.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I can tell you lots of. I mean, I'm sure we all have our own stories about things like that. But I practiced law for most of my life, and I had a really very difficult disagreement with the law partners, and we went to see like a business kind of therapist, divorce attorney kind of like that. And he looked at me and told me that I needed to leave, and I was like, "What? I don't want what?" And it took me a while, but it took me about a year, and I sold my interest and left. And what seemed like such a difficult time ended up being, really, really a beautiful thing. It was.
You never
really was.
know.
But it was a very difficult time. And Rabbi Apotheker, anybody know Rabbi Apotheker? He's retired now. He told me, he said, one day you'll look back and you'll be grateful that happened to you. And I was really angry at him. I stormed out of his office. And here's the funny part. Years later, 25 years or so, I see him and I remind him of that. He has no memory of it.
Oh my.
So isn't that also, you never know what impact you're going to have on a person? You don't think it was any impact at all, and it really was life-changing to that person. Another wonderful story, isn't there? There's all kinds of those. So let's continue. How many of you like musicals?
Who doesn't?
Page 3. The Fiddler on the Roof,
Yes.
right? The Sabbath prayer. So think of the movie. It's right after that joke, like how do we, what's something like, the Kaiser, where do we want to keep the Kaiser? He said, keep the Kaiser far from our house.
Far away from
Yeah,
us.
far away from our house. So keep our politicians far away from us, please. Let's sing the beautiful Sabbath prayer. May the Lord protect and defend you. May He always shield you from shame. May you come to be in Israel a shining name. May you be like Ruth and like Esther. May you be deserving of praise. Favor us, O Lord, and keep us from the stranger's ways. May God bless you and grant you long life. May God make you good husbands and wives. May the Lord protect and defend you. May He always shield you from shame. Favor us, O Lord, with happiness and peace. Oh, hear our Sabbath prayer. Amen. So we're going to light the Sabbath candles. Can I ask each of you to light one? Just push down on the top. There you go. Just push a little bit down. Let me see. Oh, there we go. There we go.
That's the click.
Thank you. Thank you.
Open our own.
So there's always 2 candles, right, for Shabbat. Lots of reasons why. On Shabbat, we're supposed to each get another soul, because we're supposed to use that extra soul to give to other people. So that's one candle represents your soul, and the other one represents the extra soul in Shabbat. Let's do the prayer for the lighting of the Shabbat candles. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. So now it's officially Shabbat. We look at each other and we say, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat
Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom.
So Shabbat is a day of rest, a day of wholeness, and we're asking that you have a day of peace. Wouldn't that be wonderful? There's another beautiful Hasidic teaching. So I love the Hasidic teachings, that if all of the Jews in the world would celebrate Shabbat on one day, then the Mashiach would come, the Messiah would come, and we would re-enter Gan Eden. We would re-enter Garden of Eden. It's a beautiful idea. But we can all create a little bit. We can all create a little of our own Garden of Eden. On page 5, Mizmor Shir Le'Yom HaShabbat. This is the song that the Levites would sing and chant as they walked up the Temple Mount to the temple. The picture on the page here is the Temple Mount. So what is that wall?
Wailing wall?
That's the Wailing Wall. It's all that's left from the temple, and that dome on the top of it. What's that? Anybody know? Yes, it's a mosque, and I wish that the picture were just a little bit farther back, because the Church of the Nativity is at the other end of this courtyard. So within one view, you have the remains of the Second Temple, you have the mosque, and you have the Church of the Nativity, which is really something to see if you're ever in Jerusalem. And when God told Abraham that he would make his offspring as numerous as the stars of the skies, if you add the 14 million Jews with the I don't know how many billions of Christians and Muslims, the prophecy has become true. The prophecy has become true. Read with me in English. It is good to give thanks, to sing to the highest. We tell of your love in the morning, your faith in the evening, playing on strings of the harp and lute. Beautiful. Let's turn to page 7. So, I give thanks, right? I'm at the top of the page. Read with me. I give thanks for this moment of prayer and meditation. For in it I feel the divine presence draw near. May I be grateful for the goodness that every morning brings. No day passes without its wonders, tokens of the love that surrounds me. When I open my eyes, may I find beauty and joy before me. When I listen, may I hear a voice challenging me to climb upward to a higher place of awareness and understanding. I give thanks for the blessings around me. I know they await me. May I be able to embrace them. How many of you know the movie Love Actually?
I saw it, but it was years ago.
So it starts off with Hugh Grant, right? And it's a big panoramic view of London Heathrow Airport with people coming and going. And he says, love actually is all around us if we just open our eyes to see it. And then he says, when the 9/11, when the towers were hit, there is not a single call of anybody calling to complain or calling to settle a grudge with somebody. They are all calls of love. And love actually is all around. I think it's the same thing with being grateful. So just take a second and think of something you're grateful for. In spite of all of it, right? In spite of pains and aches and the government and shutdown and but there's so many things to be grateful. I thought we were going to have a very dull fall, but have you noticed how brilliant and how beautiful the colors have been? I think the rain must have come at the right exact time, or however that works, I don't know. But, you know, I have a little dog, his name is Boaz. I love him so much. And because of him, I get my 10,000 steps in every day. And he likes to get up early, and I get to see the moon, right? I'm really grateful for that. And he can also be a pain. So is there anyone that wants to share something you're grateful for?
I'm grateful because I'm having another birthday next week.
Mazel tov!
That's
It's big.
lovely.
It's almost a big birthday.
Wow.
89, not
Oh,
You don't look it.
Oh my gosh.
You don't look it.
Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach.
Nice.
Happy birthday to you. Mazel tov, mazel tov. And l'chaim, to life, to life. Beautiful. Let's sing Eli, Eli, which is my God, my God. We'll sing it once in Hebrew, once in English. Eli, Eli, shelo yigamer leolam, hachol v'hayam, rishchu shel hamayim, barach hashamayim, tfilat ha'adam, hachol ve'hayam, rishbush shel hamayim, barach hashamayim, tfilat ha'adam. O Lord, my God, I pray that these things never end. The sand and the sea, the rush of the water, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart, the sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart. Beautiful. If you're able, we stand, we face the east. Why do we face the east?
Because Jerusalem.
Jerusalem is in the east, right? And if you go to a synagogue, the ark is always on the eastern wall, right? Like I said, I always look up there and I always think, oh, that's the Temple Mount, right?
Right.
There he is, right there. So it's the call to worship. Baruch et Adonai Hamvarach, Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Me'olam Va'ed. Praise be the Lord, source of all blessing, now and forever. Read with me. Praise are you, Lord our God, ruler of the universe, by whose word the day becomes night. With wisdom you open the gates of heaven. With understanding you regulate times and seasons. The stars keep their watch according to your will. You create day and night, alternating light and darkness, removing day and bringing on the night, separating each from the other. You are called Lord of the heavenly hosts, ever-living God, rule over us forever. Praise are you, Lord, who brings on the evening twilight. Baruch atah Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim. You can be seated. So on page 9 is perhaps the most important teaching of Judaism, radical monotheism, our belief that there's one God, right? And Judaism is not really a religion with a lot of beliefs. We have a lot of practices, but this is a central belief. There is one God, and we are all one. It's very hard to wrap our minds around that. It's a beautiful teaching from the Talmud. It says, the students ask, how do we know, teacher, when it's morning? Because you're supposed to say this prayer in the morning. So is it when the first part of the sun comes over the horizon? The teacher said no. Is it when the sun is fully over the horizon? No. When is day? And he said day is when you look across the field and you see a stranger's face and you know that he or she is your brother or your sister. Then that is day. It's a very deep teaching, right? It has nothing to do with physical seeing. It has to do with seeing with your heart. And you can look across the room and see that someone is just another manifestation of God, and you're all connected. If we really believe that, wouldn't it be a beautiful world, right?
Yes.
So it's the Shema. So Shema, listen, Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, the Lord our God, Adonai Echad. We are all one. Say it with me. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malachuto Leolam Vaed. When my kids were very little, they're in their 30s now, and they were asleep, I would go, before I went to bed, I would whisper that in their ears, and I would say, Daddy loves you.
Oh, dear.
It was for me more than for them. But I was thinking of that when we were doing that.
Well, thanks for sharing that with us.
So maybe you can whisper that to yourself tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Shema Israel. Remember, we are one. So, Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha. Read with me. Love the Lord your God with all your mind, with all your strength, and with all your being. These words which I have commanded you this day shall be in your heart. You shall teach them diligently to your children, repeating them at home and away from home, when you lie down and when you arise. Bind them for a sign upon your hand, and make them a symbol for between your eyes. Write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Remember and do all my commandments, and be holy to your God. I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am the Lord your God. So what do we call that that object that we put on our doors, the Shema and the Ve'ahavta are in it? The mezuzah, right? And the mezuzah, it's on all of the doors. And if you are an observant Jew, what do you do when you leave the house? Why? What do you think that means?
I guess you're remembering what's inside of it.
Exactly, right? That you are going out into the world, and you should go out into the world with love. And that's why they touch it and they kiss it and to remind themselves, right? So, does anybody have a mezuzah on their door?
I have one, but I haven't really actually put it out yet.
Yeah.
Me too.
What a nice thing to have to do.
Believe it or not, I've never had one. I don't know why. I never got one, and when I got married, my husband was Jewish, but he didn't like being Jewish, so he converted out of the religion. And I don't know, I never did get one.
I will bring you one. And I don't know if we're allowed to put them up.
Yeah,
And
yes.
if you want, I can come early, and if anybody wants to, it's like 3 minutes, little prayer you say, and you put it up. Yeah.
How do you attach it? You nail
Well,
it in?
at my house we nailed them in, but I guess you could probably use that 2-sided tape or something, because that way it would come off easier, I'm guessing.
Yeah, they have them that are pre.
Yeah.
Just
Like
like
a command strip.
Yeah, like a 2-sided tape. That way, if you wouldn't deface the
That's
property.
what I've lost, is the nails, the little
Yeah, me too.
tiny, they're little.
Little, because the
Probably.
holes or something,
Yeah, to put it up.
Yeah,
cause what I have is beautiful.
Oh, nice, yes.
But, so I'd like to put it up.
Yes, yeah,
And you have to know how,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
At an angle of some sort.
We can do it together, yeah.
Well, if you'd like to do that, but then I don't have the little screws to put it in, that's the problem.
Well, as long as we're allowed to,
I think so.
okay,
think
yeah,
so, yeah.
Put up
We
nails.
could have a mezuzah party.
Yeah.
I have command strips for you if you want.
Yeah.
I
That'd be
have
really
what?
nice.
Command
command
strips.
strip, this, and they're
Oh,
two
yeah.
sided,
Yeah.
there's a way to do it though, and I don't know what the actual way is,
Yeah.
you have to follow some steps.
Yeah.
But you know, that's a good idea, just to
Yeah, I was just
use the
thinking that it
tape.
would be easier to get it off then, you know,
Mhm.
so.
That sounds so comforting.
It is a beautiful thing. We have them all around our house. You're supposed to have them in every room except the bathroom. It's the only place you don't
That I
have.
did not know.
So, might be too much information. So that takes, yes, I'd be more than happy to come early, I could arrange with you, and we'll do it next month, that'd be beautiful. So, page 11 is the beautiful song of deliverance, right? This is such a feminist song as well, because the children of Israel had just crossed the Red Sea, and it's Miriam, Moses' sister, who gathers the women and the timbrels, and they circle around and they dance and they sing this beautiful song. So these are the words right from the Torah. So sing it with me. Micha mocha ba'ali madonai, micha mocha neda b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef vehela, nora tehila osef vehela. Malachutecha ra'u vanecha, bokeyam lifnei Moshe, ze'eni anu ve'amaru, ze'eni ve'amaru. Now it's back there. Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed. נאמר כי פדעת אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. Say with me, Baruch atah Adonai Gaal Yisrael, Redeemer of Israel. That's beautiful. Let's turn to page 13. This is a beautiful song about Shabbat. There's a saying that it's not that the Jews keep Shabbat, but Shabbat has kept the Jews. So it's one of the gifts we've given to the world, right? Is it's okay to have a day off and to rest. It's a beautiful thing, right? So sing with me. Ve'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lahasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. B'nei uvein, b'nei Yisrael, oti le'olam. Ve'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. So it's said that on Shabbat we're supposed to remember that we are not human doings, we are human beings. Right? We're supposed to be and not to do. Page 14, the Amidah literally means to stand, so if you're able, stand. Adonai, Sefatai Tiftach, Ufi Yagi Tehilatecha. O Lord, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu, V'Eloteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagedol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, Bekonei HaKol, V'Zocher Hasdei Avot V'Imahot, U'Mevi Gola Lifnei V'nehem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava. Page 15. Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magin, Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Avraham, V'ket Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei Meitim atah Rav le'Hoshia. Be seated. All right. So the beautiful Misha Berach prayer on page 16. Again, these words are right out of the Torah. I may share this with you that Miriam and Aaron, Moses' brother and sister, they were just a little bit jealous of Moses. Have you ever been jealous of anybody? Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
And they were murmuring behind his back, why does Moses get to be the leader? Why does Moses get to be the leader? And God struck Miriam with what we think is some sort of skin disease, maybe leprosy. And Moses, so she had to leave the camp.
Away.
And of course they were there, and Moses just prayed these words to God. Moses, God, please heal her, don't do this to her. And God healed her, and then God brought them all to the tent of the meeting, to the Mishkan, to the tabernacle, and said, this is why Moses is the leader, because of his heart. Yes, Aaron, you're more articulate than he is. And yes, Miriam, you are the mother, and you are the mother who finds the water for everyone and keeps us alive. But it's Moses' heart. That's why he was chosen to be the leader. So this beautiful prayer, the Misha Berach prayer, asks God to please heal those who are in need of healing of the mind, of the body, and the soul. My guess is all of us here could use some healing of the mind, the body, and the soul. So think about anyone or yourself that's in need of healing, and join with me in these beautiful, beautiful words of healing. Misheberach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Lahimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach Imotenu Bekor HaBracha Le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. Beautiful. So we turn to page 17. Every Jewish service ends with a prayer for peace, and tonight is no different. The dove of peace. So sing with me, Oseh Shalom. Please, may the one who creates peace on high help us to bring that peace from on high down here to have peace with us. Osei shalom bimroma, Uyasei shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, imru, amen. Yasei shalom, Yasei shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, Yasei shalom, Yasei shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. So my congregation in Lima, we meet every other week. We've added a line, a little bit after Kol Yisrael, to bring peace upon all Israel, and then we say Ve'tevel, and all of the earth. Not just Israel, but everybody. That'd be really, really beautiful. Aleinu, on page 18, so it's Rise, your favorites, I remember. I was about to skip it, and I thought, I can't skip it, it's your favorite. So, Aleinu l'shabeach, it's upon us to do the things that we want to do to make the world a better place. God says in this prayer, don't come praying to me for help. I've given you sechel, I've given you the mind, I've given you the power to do it. Go and do it to make the world a better place. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, קדוש ברוך הוא, page 19, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו last line we just sang, we says, and on that day, everybody will be one. Beautiful, amen. So, the Mourner's Kaddish on page 20, we remember those who are no longer with us in the earthly realm, but Jewish teaching tells us that the soul of the person never dies, goes back to the one, and as long as that person's memory is with us, a part of that person's alive. So the Mourner's Kaddish, it doesn't mention death. It only mentions all of the beautiful things about life. So if you want to think in your mind or in your heart, someone that's no longer with us on the physical plane, we'll remember them in our Mourner's Kaddish. You could say the name silently, you can say the name out loud. I'll rise. If you want to rise with me, you can. You don't have to, and we'll do the Mourner's Kaddish together. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabba, amen. Ve'alma divrach yoteh v'lamich malchuteh, v'chayechon v'mechon, v'chei dekol beit Yisrael, v'agala v'zman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehei shmei Rabba mevarach le'al amei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach, yitpa'ar v'yitchoman v'yitnaseh, יתהדר, יתהלל, יתהלל, שמי נקודשה בריחו, לאלה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמינרן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיים, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומן, הוא יעשה שלום, עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. So, our closing song, page 22, talks about the 4 angels that are supposed to accompany us from synagogue to home. And the deeper teaching is, guess who those angels are? They're us. We are to be the angels to accompany our fellow people home. And who can you be an angel for tonight? You can just be a smile, right? It can be, just saying a kind word to somebody, saying thank you to somebody. It's so easy to be an angel. So this is all about connecting with your inner angel on Shabbat, right? Your extra soul you have. Who do you want to give it to? So sing with me, Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boechim L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bochuni L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachim Hamachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. When I was growing up, this was my favorite Erev Shabbat song. Anybody know why? It was over. The food was next. I knew the food would be next. So, time for the blessing for the wine. Would you hold the Kiddush cup for us? And you hold it up in your right hand, and we say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen l'chaim, to life.
Amen.
And the motzi, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. And Shabbat Shalom. Please take a big piece. And I think whatever's left we should give to the birthday girl.
That's all right. It really isn't until Monday.
That's okay. Monday's closed.
Celebrate early.
Yes, maybe
Celebrate
that's
early and
yes.
often.
Early and often. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Of course.
Thank you.
Take a big piece.
Thank you.
It makes delicious French toast.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
Oh
that.
yeah. Did you used to make French toast?
Yes.
Yeah. My mom used to make. Oh, it was so delicious.
I love challah. I was gonna say, this is different.
It is. I got it somewhere different.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I got too late to Matt's and it sold out. It doesn't look as sweet, is it? It's not sweet.
No, I don't do breakfast. Okay.
Get some for your wife too.
Thank you. Shabbat shalom.
What if I take the bar?
Do take though, as much as you'd like. Has your name on it.
Thank you.
Has my name on it. Well, I have lovely. Thank you.
This is breaking bread together, right?
Oh, it's wonderful.
For some reason, I'm having all these memories from when my kids were little. I'm thinking when my son was, I don't know how old he was, but my daughter was taking violin lessons. Oh, excuse me. My daughter was taking violin lessons. Excuse me. And so they did like a concert at a Lutheran church in Pickerington where we lived, and it was Christmas time, and they're having communion, and my son's, I don't know, 5 or 6 years old, and so they go in row by row, and of course we just sit there, and my son says, "Are we gonna do the kiddush with them?" Yeah, I said, "Well, it's not really kiddush. I'll try to explain it later." But it was kind of cute because there are so many things that seem so similar, like when you're in a Christian service. Yeah, I was at a wedding, and I never understood this. So it was a Catholic wedding. And somewhere in the wedding, they're going to have communion, and they and they wheel out, I mean, literally, it's like the priest and the altar boys, this is art, it's like an ark, right, but it's on wheels. They wheel the ark out to the middle, and they open up the ark, and he says, and the word became flesh. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I get it. Because we open up the ark, the Torah scroll, right? The word became flesh. It was like, anyway, I said, I understand it now. But it was quite beautiful. All of the, I mean, of course, there's differences. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of similarities.
Well, and today I had, I had a crazy day yesterday, and today I was led to Psalm
still some,
55.
yeah.
You want me to shoot?
And
No, I don't.
No.
No.
In the version that I was reading, it says, that you can give all your complaints to God. In the morning I complain, in the evening
Yeah.
I complain, in the afternoon I complain, and then God takes it all, and I am in peace.
Beautiful.
So that's just at peace, but in.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I just
That's
love
beautiful. Beautiful.
I
Some more?
forgot.
Take some more? That's really beautiful. Thank you for this. Really beautiful. Would you like some more?
No, I'm good. Okay.
Thank you, Joe.
I'll put it in the bag for you.
Yeah, yeah. She's on the 6th floor.